Hi everyone, this is probably my fourth or fifth time recording this because it wasn't showing um, what it needed to show for the next one. So here we go again. Hi everybody, this is Ruth Trujillo. I am going to present my part of our group project presentation, and my part was during the exam. So here we go. Hoping that you guys can see this. Okay, what happens during the exam? Next slides will conclude what happens during the exam. Hello everyone, thank you for bringing your attention towards our presentation. I will be presenting what we can do as educators if students plan on being late or are late when there is an exam going on or other learning materials. First, we can keep in communication with students and vice versa. Staying in communication can allow us to know when a student will possibly miss any class time. It helps us be prepared and not assume. Next, there is focusing on the missed course materials. We must help the students focus on what needs to be done rather than procrastinating on other material. First comes what needs to be done versus what is new. Basically, get done the old and then move on to the new. That makes sense. Same for the focus. Sorry, I'm trying to say all the time. I'm trying my best with with stressful situations. Same for the focus on missed in class work. Lastly, on the slide, which is discussing missed exams and giving them the missed exams. This is similar on focusing on finishing late work. We can go over the exams with the students, then give them the exams to complete. Let's move on to the next slide. How to address students who are late. This is the second one. There are some of the most important bullet points to review right in front of you. First, we must make sure that students are aware and notified on our strong expectations, especially by communicating. So we see even in college that communication is very important. Communication is everything. I would not know, neither would the student know about missed work and or exams if we did not communicate with each other. Also, not telling me, aka your teacher, about the reason you would miss it is not responsible, and it is hard to work around, if you know what I mean, because I don't know the reason you're out. Always notify as early as possible. As educators, our goal is to make sure the student reaches the finish line. To do so, we must offer chances for them to catch up rather than be left behind. Always have a choice A choice B, and a choice C when planning on how students will meet the requirements of the past due work, because it is essential. Moving on. Strategies to address students' questions and frustrations during the exam. We can teach them basic test taking strategies. This would help them have less anxiety and stress over the exam. For example, having the students answer the questions they know first. This gives them an insight on what is going to be presented on the exam and allows them to move faster on the questions that they know. Then they could take the extra time on the questions that they may not know, similar to circling the questions they may not know, and then taking the time to come back to answer them at the end. Before all of this, the students must learn how to read instructions carefully and make sure that they review their directions before starting. A good strategy to use when taking an exam is looking for the most trickiest words, which are most likely going to be always or never. We want to make sure we uplift our students, especially during an important exam. Always make sure we teach our students to uplift themselves if they doubt themselves, such as using positive affirmations. All right, on to the next. This one really stood out to me, by the way. This is teaching breathing exercises and grounding strategies. I'm all about grounding myself and making sure I try my best to level out any stress or anxieties. So, to teach breathing exercises and grounding strategies, we must review how we can do that successfully. First, we could work on square breathing that students could do during assessments. Doing these strategies would help students become more calmer and could help them to refrain from any anxieties that are present. We could teach the students to change their anxiety over to feeling motivated, the adrenaline, I said it right, to feel unstoppable and have the chance, sorry, I cannot speak, have the chance to get past any task at hand, especially the hard ones. So now on to my next classmate, and good luck to them presenting, and I'm glad that you all gave your full undivided attention towards me when I was doing the presentation, and I hope that I was able to give you more clarification on what happens during the test, during the exam, and how we can best support our students. Thank you. Bye-bye.